All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode here for the Angels Rebuild on MLB The Show 25. We are at the draft now. We've built up, in my opinion, a good group of players that we're going to be scouting, and the hope is that we can succeed. We are currently in last place in the freaking division. Freaking disgusting. The only positive I have, folks, is that Logan Wa'api is second in the All-Star voting for catcher. So that's the only thing I can be excited about. But it has been rough for us. I would say when it comes to the transactions and things that we have done so far, it's been okay. I think when you look at the completed transactions for the Angels, for example, when it comes to trades, you know, we acquired Buddy Kennedy from the Phillies and a younger player for JD Davis. So we took a vet and brought in some youth there who we moved him down to the AAA to get him some reps. And Shane Baz we traded for. He was younger. And although they wanted we were able to get Taylor Ward straight up for that trade, I felt it made sense to also bring in a catcher that they needed since Jansen was hurt for the Rays. So we kind of made it make sense there, and I don't think I see myself doing any more trades right now. Unfortunately, right, we got some injuries on this team, and I think current guy that's hurt right now, Adele's got an inflamed hip for a couple weeks. Trout's out for 2 months, along with Caden Donna, who I thought was doing pretty well down there. 2.14 ERA on 16 games. He was doing work, man. I think his WAR was 1 point. Yeah, he was doing fucking legit. So it's tough, you know, when your team starts to break down. But that's why it's important to kind of build up through the farm system, and I think we will get there. So we're gonna head to the draft now. Let them fix their lineups there. Today is the first year player draft. What would you like to do? We are gonna head to the draft. So I'm gonna set up this board real quick. This is also something I wish they did better in the MLB. Like in the NFL, in Madden and stuff, you can kind of set your board ahead of time. I wish they would do that here, but it is what it is. We'll work on that and we'll talk through it. All right, so we do got our board here, and there are a couple players that we are looking at. As you can see, the first couple of players we are checking out are really starting pitchers. Jeff Daniel is number 1 on our board, and he's 11th overall. Jeff Daniel has 87 to 99 potential, and he looks like he can be either high 50s up to a high 60s from the get. Now, his two-seamer seems to be his favorite piece. He's 19 years old, 6'3", 204, good size on him. Pitch breaks there as well. So he's a player that we could potentially look at. Now, the one that I'm really interested in is Carlos Casillas over Jeff Daniels. So I'd like to move him up. I think Carlos Casillas, to me, is the player I want. He's out of Georgia, 6'3", 196. He's 21 years old, a little older, right? But his potential is there, and his overall could be into the 70s from the rip. I think at 21 years old, you give him a chance to kind of grow in the minors for maybe a year or two, and then you start thinking of bringing him up. But all this seems amazing. We also got another cat who's 3 on our board, but maybe he falls to us in the next round. Matt Sawyer, 19 years old, out of California. He's got a lot of work, but at 19, you have the chance to really grow this guy, and he could be a potential middle, long reliever, or even a starter, depending on where we get him later in the year. Now, there's a right fielder that I was looking at, Richie McClendon. That's another thing we could do is pivot here. What I like about McClendon is that he's got great contact. We do need outfield. We have issues with outfield. He's 22 years old, out of Louisiana. Looks like he's going to be mid 60s there, but his potential is pretty much a high B to low A kind of deal. So you bring in someone like that, you have a potential to let Richie McClendon kind of chill for maybe a year and then bring him up, because there's a huge chance we're going to move Mike Trout to a designated hitter next season. So you bring in Richie McClendon now with the trade of Taylor Ward. There's a great opportunity for us to just have a very good young outfield, right? I want to bring in back Mickey Moniak. I want to have Joe Adell out there. Those are the guys I'd like to continue to grow in that space, and maybe bring in a good vet to kind of help out over time. But Clennon is a guy that I wouldn't be upset with bringing in. Manuel Castro is another starter there. You got Bruno Ramirez, who's 10th on our board. Another good guy. His stamina is way up. No chances of injury risk. This is a guy right here. He's going to be in the 70s with the B potential. Like, that screams legit right there. You could just take your chance and grab Bruno Ramirez now and just say, hey, at 22 years old, this guy's going to be pitching for us really soon. We looked at a third baseman who's 22 ranked in the majors, but for us, he's number 11 on our board. Very good arm. It's going to take him some time to grow. We're just not quite sure about that one. Sawyer Ferrer, he's going to have high potential. Another potential starter right there I like. Patrick McGee, it looks like we're going to be able to grab this guy super late. We might be able to get him in the 3rd or 4th round there, and that would be a steal and a half for us. He's only 18 years old. Second baseman Mario Santana was on our board. I didn't really scout too much there, so probably not going to worry about that. Nathaniel Hardesty was one of the first people we scouted, and on immediately it said, like, this guy's not going to be worth it for us. He'll have a decent overall, but his potential could be a little lower, so hopefully they take him so we have great options in our first pick. Avi Lewis, he's another guy we can potentially get in the 3rd round there. That might be a good snag. A lefty, 18 years old, from New Jersey. He has got some range there. That'd be pretty fun. Taylor Kerr from Pennsylvania, 18 years old. Again, this is a guy we can probably grab in the 2nd round if we wanted to. There's a cat out of Puerto Rico, 20 years old, Joaquim Gonzalez. I don't think he's going to fall to us, but it's good that we scout him, so we knew for sure he wasn't our guy. Jonathan Cruz, we could grab him in the 2nd. He'd be a good middle reliever, in my opinion. Good potential. This guy could really help us out at 22 years old. David Edney is another cat right there, 2nd round / 3rd, depending if he falls to us. Great velocity on this guy. He looks like he's going to throw some freaking lasers. Sweeper at 90 miles an hour would be insane. A sinker's pretty good. His breaking ball isn't great, so I think he's just going to throw a lot of heat. He's got a cutter, and he's got a sinker, and I think that could really do some damage there. Third baseman, 2nd round, 3rd round pick here, Jarrett Wembley. Hopefully he makes it to us. It looks like he's pretty good against righties. He's a switch hitter. I think we can, I wouldn't be upset about that one. Massachusetts guy, looks like that could be a find in the 3rd round there. DJ Ungerer, looks like he'd be a potential good starter. Lefty, 6'4", 230. It's a big dude. Vaughn Middleton, this guy's not rated, so I think we might be able to grab this guy in the 4th round and really be happy about it. He's got a plethora of pitches there. 4-seamer, a cutter, changeup that can go up to 90 miles an hour, a sweeper that can go up to 90. Like, that screams amazing there. His potential's solid. It's going to take him some time to grow, but I wouldn't be upset about grabbing him late. Giancarlo Campaneris out of Missouri. 3rd round pick, good contact, good vision and discipline. I think that would be a good snag for us. David Palma is another guy, 3rd rounder. He's going to have a low OVR, but I think this is a guy, right, that could have good potential for us. We're always going to try to figure that out, because look at his speed and his stealing ability. That's big for us. So Gilberto Villalobos, this is another guy we could snag late. He's going to need some time to develop, but good potential there. Jackson Costello, look at that. His stamina is all the way up there. And 21 years old, you just kind of let him chill down in the majors for a couple years and then bring him up, and I think that could really help us out. So there's some good guys. Hiroshi Kondo, he's a starter out of Japan. He needs some work. He's a late round guy, but this is a dude that I wouldn't be upset with trying to grab there. So we're definitely looking at some pretty good pitchers. There's some third basemen with some decent power, and John Dudley in the later rounds that can be kind of good. Rob Rasmussen could be pretty clean right there. I was looking at relievers. 18 years old out of Virginia. You just let this guy kind of chill in the minors for a little bit and kind of let him kind of do his thing. Dominic Clark looks enticing right there as a good starting pitcher, potential starting pitcher there. Henry Franco's got really good potential. His overall is going to be very low, though, so we got to think about that. Patrick Rutherford could be another good guy, too, that we might be able to get late. So, third baseman, good contact, 5'7", it's a little smaller, but, you know, you get a guy in the later rounds, why would you be upset about it? So, there's good players all across the board there we've been looking at, and I'm hoping we find our way, but we got a lot of players here. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Let's get to the draft, folks. It's my first time seeing the MLB The Show draft here for this series. First 6 picks have been set via the MLB draft lottery. The lottery participants were all teams that did not qualify for last year's postseason. Throughout the draft, the live tickers, important information like the current round, who's currently on the clock, and which team is up next. When your team is on the clock, you have 4 minutes to draft a prospect. All other teams will have 10 seconds. Consider bonus demands, motivation levels, and prospects when making selections. Your goal is to select the best talent available, but to also stay within your bonus allotment when it comes to time to sign your draft picks. If you run out of time, the top player in your draft queue will be drafted. If there are no players on your draft queue, selection will be made automatically for you. If you at any point want to speed up the draft, press start to sim to your next pick. All right, so here we go. We're going to start the draft. Number 1 pick in this year's draft for the Washington Nationals is Sawyer Farron. He's got good potential, 59 to 69 overall, 21 years old. He is not the guy I expected to grab, but boy, oh boy, we're up. So we got options here, folks. We could take the number 1 on our board that's got 87 to 99 potential from the get. You're talking about Jeff Daniels here. He's not going to be the greatest of pitchers from the beginning, but you're talking about that potential there that's huge. We could go Carlos Casillas. This is the guy that I think could be really clean for us. He's got some good overall abilities there, 63 to 73 with the 84 to 94 potential. Those guys are all pretty good. But the guy that I was looking for here, or I thought I was going to look for, was, I think he was 10th on our board here. Is he? Yeah, it is Bruno Ramirez, who's got 81 to 86, and he's going to be a C. Bruno Ramirez has some heat. He could be a really good starter from the get. He's a lefty, 5'11", 182 out of Jersey. That would be an intriguing one right there. But you wonder, right? Like, do you just go for these guys that are on your board from the beginning? It looks like he's going to ask for a bonus demand at $9.3 million, and I don't think we got that much. Jeff Daniels asking for $5.6 million. That is huge for us. It fits within our goals, so we could do that. You look at Matt Sawyer. He has 2.7, so he's not asking for a lot. 19 years old, decent speed across it. You're talking about a guy that could really help us out there. Richie McClendon is another cat here that I'd, as a right fielder, his demand is $6.9 million. Good contact off the board. Getting an outfielder now would help us out immensely. So you have to think about, you know, who would you want out there, and I think you have to go ahead and snag the guy that's got the best opportunity for you, right? When you look at him, you're talking about Jeff Daniel, who's got the stamina to kind of work out, 19 years old. He's got plenty of time to recover, but his potential is there to where he can grow. His bonus demand is within reason, but 19. It's either him I'm looking at right now, or the other guy is Bruno Ramirez. He's asking for $6.5 million, but everything screams amazing. He's going to have B potential and be 72 to 77. So you're talking about a guy that can really pop off right now. And when it comes to the Angels, I think you want to have guys that are going to be somewhat ready. And much as I really want to go for this guy that's got the craziest of potential, right? These guys have all crazy potential. I think you have to consider like where this guy's at, and this guy is at a really good spot in my opinion. Bruno Ramirez is in a really good spot. Only has 3 pitches, but that's all you need in the grand scheme of things, in my opinion. He's a lefty too. I think we make the choice. It might be stupid, but this is the guy I want. Welcome to the team, Bruno Ramirez. He's going to have a good overall from the get. His potential is going to be a B. And his bonus demand, 7.3 million. 22 years old. I think you make that move there. I'm really happy we got him. I really was thinking about it, man, but glad we made that choice. Who it is, right? Drew Hamill ends up being snagged up. The second baseman here for the Mariners. That's not a bad move there. So the Red Sox are on the clock. Definitely interested in seeing who gets snagged up here. Carlos Casillas gets snagged up. That's not a bad move there. We'll look at the top 5 and see what happens. And that is Tom Tom Moreno. So we're going to skip and we're going to go to us. So we got pick 43, folks. This is where we got some options here. It looks like Patrick McGee is on our board there. For pick 43. So we don't necessarily have to get too crazy with it, but I do want to make sure that we look for players that we truly scouted. Taylor Kerr, this was the guy that I thought could have good potential for us. It's $1.7 million demand, not bad. His stamina is up there. He's a righty, 6'1", 18 years old. That's a good one right there. You got Jonathan Cruz, 22 years old at California. He's more of a middle relief. He's a closer. I wouldn't be upset with bringing this guy in. His potential's there. We do need closers. I think that's what I want to do here. We're going to snag up Jonathan Cruz. Welcome to the squad here. Great mutton, chaps. And he's not asking for a lot. 1.6 million. Can't complain there. Let's head to the next pick. We're pick number 80 now. And this is where we have an opportunity to snag 2 potential guys here. The reason why I don't want to do it is because they're still far down. They're considered not rated in the majors, so we can wait on these guys. We're pick number 80 here, so I'd rather start looking at maybe Jackson Costello here. Man, he's got some pretty good attributes. Jackson Costello. Where's my right field? Oh, all the right fielders are gone. Uh-oh. I think I just got to go after, oh no. We're going to take this guy, Bradford Pruitt. He's 23 years old, a little older, but I think his potential will kind of keep him up. Not too bad there. Keep it rolling. Looks like we are pick number 110, and there is Gilberto Villalobos out of Dominican Republic. Decent start. He's got a lot of pitches there. This is where I'm hoping, right? We got a third baseman here in Henry Franco. Pick number 114. Rick Hernandez. We don't got a lot of room right there. I mean, he's got decent power. 6'4", 193. His potential's there too. It's just going to be a little bit there for him to grow. How about Gilberto? I think you take Gilberto. Another pitcher. We're drafting a lot of pitchers, folks. A lot of pitchers. So good to snag him up there. Pick number 5 in the 5th round. What do they got here? So we got a reliever here in Gary Kaiser, 20 years old. He's pick number. This will be pick number 140. So they're well within range here. Garrett Karloftis is another guy that looks pretty good. Decent potential there. Rick Hernandez, he's going to be a low OVR. His fielding's not bad. Ricky Varquette. I'd rather take Ricky. I think Ricky's going to be better. 19 years old out of Oklahoma. And he can play right field and first base. I think you go for that there. 5th round, Ricky Varquette. 19 years old. Hopefully his OVR is around the 60s. And we might have snagged something decent there. Head to the next pick. Pick number 170. And we got Karloftis here. He's got good potential there. This is pick number 170, right? Anthony Marlin over there. Pitch break's pretty decent. 6'3". It's not bad. Pitch break's pretty good. This guy's pretty good too. Pick number 179. Ray Jones. Marlin be 70. He's 20 years old. I like the velocity. Ray Jones, welcome to the team. I want that heat, baby. Let's keep that going. So we are done with the draft here. So I thought we did pretty well. Now we're going to look at the first round for us. So we ended up snagging up Bruno Ramirez. I think this is the right move. A good lefty here, 22 years old. He's going to have a chance to start pretty soon for us, and that's what we want to see there. Looks like some, supplemental picks and stuff. It is what it is, but pick 43. I needed a closer, and I think in the second round here, you can't take away a chance here to grab someone like Jonathan Cruz, who looks to have some really good opportunity to be a very good player for the Angels there. Pick number 80 went a little fast. We grabbed a starter though that I think could work out. He'll be in the 60s from the beginning, but his potential can be a B, which means we got ourselves a guy that could be ready pretty quickly. Pick number 4, so 4th round was Gilberto Villalobos. I think we should have grabbed Von Middleton now that I think about it, but it is what it is there. I think this is a pretty good guy that could start out in the 70s, which would be kind of sweet. And we went Ricky Varquette in the 3rd round. Looks like to be a solid hitter from the get. Good vision. Discipline's going to be key. Not the fastest player, but the way I look at it is he could play first base, right field, and third base. I'll take it, man. More versatility there. Then our last pick was Ray Jones, who it's just the heat, man. I hope he's got a sick freaking fastball, and his breaking ball can go as high as an 87, sinker 97. You got to be okay with that. You take the heat. He's 6'5", 206 Holy hell, that's going to be fun. So I thought all in all it was a pretty good draft. I got to be happy with that one right there. Hopefully kind of grow that. Looks like Nolan Schanuel is on a 10-game hitting streak here. Let's see if he can kind of make it work right now. I'm hoping he's got some good abilities here. Nolan Schanuel has popped out 3 times today. He hasn't had a hit. They're getting beaten crap out of by the Diamondbacks 10-2. Hits this thing over to left field, and that's gonna be an easy fly. You may or may not get, here. The Diamondbacks win. Angels continue to lose. Just so rough, man. The pitching needs some work. And you don't ever want to, I think Shane Boss being on the team really helps us out, because it's about growing this bullpen, not screwing this up here. It says MLB. So let's see who made the All-Star voting, okay? So none of our guys for starters. No relief, no closer within range. I think we voted last at the end. Only 1,000 votes. Logan did make the All-Star, it looks like. Did they give him that? They're not going to show. How do you not show awards anymore? Wait, do I have to toggle? No. Oh, they won't show? I'm assuming he did because he got a star there. That's really good to see Logan make the All-Star game. I don't think we had anybody else even remotely close. I was really hoping Nolan Shanua had a push, but he's still young, has some work to do. Bobby Witt and Gunnar are always going to take it. Bo Bichette is on the list as well, so it's gonna. I can't believe Altuve's on the trading block, and the dude is all-star. What are they thinking right now? Weird. So we got one guy there. We got 6 days to the trade deadline. I don't think there's anybody else I want to trade for. There was somebody maybe magically on the block that could be interesting. Seiya Suzuki, 30 years old here. I mean, that could be bad. Lawrence Butler would be clean. It's just, I don't know who else we can give up. We'd have to give up like another starting pitcher or something like that. I don't think that's going to work out for us. Getting a right fielder like Lawrence Butler would be nice. I just don't see that as a possibility. That doesn't make sense. He's got an 8-year contract too. Like, who would do that? And how sweet would that be to have someone like Luke Weaver on the team? Can't see the voting. I wonder. Let me go to my roster in the AA. Maybe I'll see that. Maybe I'll see if anyone on my team got an all-star pick. Doesn't look like it. I don't know. Maybe it's not organized. Whatever. We head to that. Joe Adell eligible to play. I'll take that. He's been activated. Okay, so now we can start signing draft picks here. So we got priorities, big 3, 2 days, advance to finalize. Let's get that going there. So Ramirez, priority. I can offer him a contract now. And bonus amount to offer the draft. Keep in mind the allotment. So we got 15 million, so we're actually okay. Your draft doesn't accept. You will lose them and the slot amount that was assigned. Wow. So he's going 7 point. Wait, what does he want? 7.3? He declined. Okay. So maybe he's going to need a little bit more, but let's see what we got there. Not interested. I need a few days. Okay, whatever, dude. Let's try to get that going there. What does he need? 1.6. Give him 1.69. Decided to sign with us. Thank goodness. The Lobos. What's he asking for? 490. 497. Give him exactly what he wants. There you go. We got him. Pruitt, he's a 3rd rounder. 949. He's declined. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens there. Let's get the 6th rounder out of the way now. He's asking for 374. He's also declined. So we're able to sign 2 guys. We'll take it. Finalize the 2-day signing plan. And we kind of keep it rolling here. Billy's up. Adele's no longer injured. Bring him in. The Tigers are interested in an offer. So Kyle Hendricks is up there. And Tigers are trying to give us Will Vest. He's 29 years old. He looks like he's going to be like a middle reliever at best for us, but he's got all the attributes to be ridiculous. I'll take this. 382. I guess they're looking for a starter there. That's not a bad play. I mean, we'll offload a little bit. How much money? 1.4. Yeah, we'll take it. So we got a reliever there. Let's set up the rotation. We lost Kendricks. We're going to head to the next component here. I think this is where we get to try to sign these guys again. I'm trying to get to this point. 81 overall now. Let's see if this is what he wants. He's decided. We'll take it. Appreciate it. Let's get that one in there. He wants 949. He's signed. Take it. And 74. He is declined. Okay, this guy wants to be a prick. Okay. All right, we'll just kind of work through that. Let's keep it rolling. Lose Philly. Pirates are interested in an offer. So they want Luis Rengifo. And in return, they're trying to give us a starting pitcher. And that starting pitcher is Mike Burrows at the bottom of the list. He's got C ability here. I don't see that happening. No way in hell would I give up Rengifo. He's up next season, but he's a guy I really want to freaking sign next year. Contract extension. So this is where I want to get some of these guys in order, right? Let's kind of knock some of these guys out. Zach Neto, he's looking at $2.8 million a year. If we were to get him a 3-year contract at 24, I guess you would have to give him quite a bit of money here. And does that fit our overall landscape? I think if we go to 2, and he's looking at 2.8, I think that's a fair deal right there to just kind of get him in there, and hopefully he works through it. Jose Soriano, I really like this guy. He's looking at a 5-year deal at 26 years old. I think with Jose Soriano, he's got all the abilities to be an amazing pitcher for us. And for a 5-year deal, that's not bad, man. I think you roll with that. We welcome them. Logan O'Hoppy's looking for a new contract here. I'm wondering if we were to give him like 4.5 a year. He's kind of interested, but maybe if we give him 5. Logan O'Hoppy is a very good player for us. He's a guy that I hope to be an angel for the life of this. He just hit an all-star appearance as well. So he says continue the negotiations. So he definitely doesn't want to play more than that. So I think you just stick with the 2-year deal and see what happens there. Got to be okay. Luis Rengifo, this is the guy here. Yeah, there it is. He's looking for a 5-year deal. I'd probably like to give him closer to a 3. I think $12 million a year for Luis Rengifo is not bad. He's been playing very consistently for us. He just got to stay healthy. But to me, you sign a guy like this, you're talking about a player that, you know, we pretty much solidify the third base component. You let him play third base. He's our guy there. I mean, he can play second base too, but I like him at third. His fielding's not that great, but his arm is there. So I'm hoping that'll help us out, and it's a switch hitter that works for us. So $12 million a year. I mean, technically we could didn't really bump it. We give him a 4-year deal. That's not bad. We give him a 4-year deal. I don't think that's bad. We're going to do it. I think I'm worth more than you're offering. So if we did that, salary's too low. Wow. So what does he want? 12.2. Okay, so if we just did 12.2. Whoa. Wow. Okay, so he wants more money. So what if we did that? Yeah, so 2-year deal, that's fine. And then we'll kind of settle in. And Shane Baz is looking for a contract here. 25 years old. Just get him on the books. Let's just make sure we're good there. Ben Joyce, I'd like to get done. 2-year deal, that's fine with me. Nolan Shanuel, get him in the books. Mickey Moniak. Ooh, he wants a 5-year deal, but he's not asking for a lot. And Moniak is getting pretty decent for us. He's hitting better than he did the previous year. 15 doubles. He's already on pace to do some work there. And he's looking pretty good as our right fielder or left fielder, center fielder kind of deal with Trout getting hurt. I mean, a 4-year deal. 26. What have we got here? 6 point. What if he said 6.3? 4-year deal. 6.3 million. Increase the salary a little bit. Okay, so we'll go 25.5. There you go. So we got him. Everybody else, Chase Silseth, the rest of these younger guys, we're gonna wait on them. I think I wanted to knock those out. Joe Adell, he's asking for a little bit here. He's improving. but I don't see myself trying to grab him. If anything, I would trade Joe Adell now if I could. But I'm good with the players that we brought in. We extended those contracts. We got to be cool about that. Are there any other players on the block that we can make a move on? Not really. And I would love to have like someone like Ahmed Rosario. It's been like traded a bunch of times. Batting average is still pretty much around the same, along with the OBP and slug. His WAR is pretty much nothing. His contract, it's not bad. Yeah, we're gonna wait it out. We're not buyers at this time. Let's see if we can get these picks in order, though, man. I'd be more excited about these guys. Let's see. He's asking for 374. He declined again. 470. He declined. All right, so super cool. Super cool. Okay, let's keep it rolling. Mets. Rengifo here is at second, Moniak at first, and we got Ohapi, who just got the extension. He is going it's going to the plate here. You got this, man. Go, Danny Young at the mound, down by 1. Hits this thing over to second base. They're going to set up for the double play. He's safe. Oh, one of my guys stole. Oh, what a play right there. Everyone ran up, and the Angels tied the game there. What the hell was that about, huh? Ryan Noda's at the plate here. Can we sub him? He's a right fielder. We got Gustavo Campera out there, Rendon. We really don't have anybody that can do anything, huh? Just gotta roll with it. Here we go. Down by 2. Edwin Diaz at the freaking mound. First pitch with Rooney. Noda is horrendous with runners in scoring position. Oh, he hit my dude! Bases loaded with no outs. Bases loaded with no outs. Here comes Bryce Teodosio. Hits this thing into right field. They're going to tag. He's going to take off. And he's in. 1 run scored. Little sac fly action there. Here comes Kevin Newman. He's got a single, 2 for 11 so far this series. Definitely not something to write home about there. Yeah, it looks like a lot of teams are trying to get their last trades going. Everyone's trying to seek a third baseman. Come on, man. Newman gets under it. That's unreal. 2 outs, top of the 9th. That is, come on, dude. They're bringing in a new pitcher here. Lefty. Oh, that's AJ Minter. Oh, shoot. He's on the freaking Mets now. Mets trying to make a move here. All right, Nolan. Oh, gosh. And that'll do it. What a way to end that crappy game. This season's been rough, folks. But it is the Angels. You know, we're not really the greatest of players here. But I think with our draft picks, it's going to be fun. So we've got to keep the positivity here on this one. Today is the day to sign the picks. Let's see who's out there. 75. And he has decided now. We'll take that. He has declined. So our 5th round pick is playing a little hardball here. Interesting. We're going. Rangers are interested in trade Yoan Moncada for third baseman Dustin Harris. So he's 25 years old. That's intriguing right there. The issue is anybody with MLB service, like, I'd have to put him on the 40-man to move him down. I mean, it wouldn't be bad. It's just, it would count as that. He's currently in AAA right now. His contract, crazy. I mean, you roll. He plays first base and left field. You kind of continue to just liquidate where you can. Get the youth in there. The youth movement is key. But with no more Yo on now, I think what we do here is, what do we got? Newman's got 1 year. He's gonna be out. Christian Moore is kind of up and down right now, but he's still playing 15 home runs, dude. He's having a great year. Let him kind of chill there. Caleb Ketchup, wondering, third base, Buddy Kennedy. And you could move him up. Move Rendon back down to AAA. Let him freaking, has at least 5 years. You must consent to being optioned to the minors. Hey, you're welcome to do that. It says as at least 5. You must consent to being. Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. Designate for reassignment. Good luck, man. What the hell? We ain't gonna worry about you. No one's gonna take your contract, so we can designate him and kind of move on. They got plenty of guys there. How's Kyron playing right now in the AAA? He's struggling, man. 23 years old. Maybe move him down to AA. Let him get some reps there. I think it might be time to move Placencia into the AA. Denzer is 21. I mean, yeah, we got enough shortstops there. It's fine. We don't have any left fielders in the freaking majors right now. Teodosio is playing just fine. It's helping us out in the outfield. It's pretty much those guys. We don't have anybody else, so we gotta work through that. Tucker Flint is playing pretty well. He's a guy that I could see moving up soon. Getting him in order there. Randy De Jesus, Theo Foster. Let's get him back to single A. Cool with that. Okay. Keep it rolling. Down by 1. Logan's ready to go. He's one of our major guys here. It looks like that tend to pick, so maybe we got something there. Come on. Here we go. Matt Brash at the mound. Runner on first. Swing and a miss right there. Pretty good against righties, not so much against lefties, which is quite surprising there. Really glad we extended him. Hits it over to second base. That's going to be an easy double play. Golly. Ooh, they take out Brash. Bringing in a lefty, Gabe Spear. Going against Mickey Boniak. I'm glad we extended. These are some players that I hope gonna end up being future, like forever Angels, or as long as I can keep them. When it's time to kind of bring in some other guys. Slider, no good. One and one count here. Swing and a miss again. Golly. Come on. There you go. We didn't chase the slider. Gotta be happy about that. 2-2 count. Oh, we had a decent swing at that circle change low. Swung late again. sinker this time, so he's threw it a little bit faster. 2-2 count. Ooh, we got lucky there. I think that was a good move, giving Yoan Moncada a chance at playoffs, maybe, or playoff run. Moniak swings at that one. Nowhere to go. End of the freaking 8th. Golly, man. Angels can't get it done there, and they lose. Bro, it is rough. This is a tough, tough season, folks. But, you know, I'm definitely anxious to see what our draft picks look like now. So we head to that one there. Fix that lineup. Phillies are trying to offer us a trade, and there you go. Jose Alvarado, a relief pitcher, is who they'd like to give us. Alvarado, 77 overall, B potential, 29 years old. Dude throws heat. We have room for that. It's just, if we grab him, does that help the Phillies at all? I don't think it does. I think what you try to do here is you make it make sense. And you got a 35-year-old pitcher who's throwing okay. I mean, he's doing all right. I didn't know he had an all-star appearance in freaking 2024. That's hilarious. I mean, I just don't see that. I don't see that how that makes sense for them. What's their starting pitch? Oh, guy's getting hurt. Maybe that's why they're trying to bring someone in. But even then, it's like they got Griff McGarrett now. No, you don't do that. You bring somebody like Andrew Painter. Why would you not let Andrew Painter kind of do his thing? Ranger Suarez is out. Yeah, you're fine, dude. We're not. It's not a good move. We got one more pick we got to sign here. I mean, I think we just give him got a little bit of money. 5th rounder. I think we just stick to our guns here. There you go. So Ricky Varquette has signed with us. That's the end of our group there. We still have $3.85 million now left out of the allotment, so I'm good with that. The Angels continue to freaking suffer here. Jose Soriano, broken nail. What are we doing? Orioles have another trade. Arias? Is that real? What's his contract? What do you need him for? What does your pitchers look like? You got Cade Pavic and Chase McDermott. These are young guys you can have in the relief spot. These guys, yeah, they're in the major. What are you doing? You're good with these guys. Yeah, you guys are wild, bruh. You guys are wild. No thanks. Usei Kikuchi, a little injured right there. Soriano no longer injured. Brewers are interested in trade. They're trying to give us another third baseman. So we are loading up. We got Mike Boev, drafted in 2023. He can play first and second base. That's not a bad guy to have there. And we didn't draft any guys too. So it's like you get these contracts in. You hope these guys kind of develop in the double and triple A. 216 average, kind of middle of the road, but his fielding is legit. I think we make that trade to get him off our books. And I think, we just unload. I think that's a good move for us. Let's look at the pitching rotation now. Yusei Kikuchi is still hurt. I think you throw in Garrett. Man, I think we're going to move a guy up. This is what we're going to do. So let's look at it real quick. Who's in the AAA situation? Caden Donna still out for 3 or 4 more weeks. But who do you bring up, right, as a potential starter? Samuel Aldeguerri out of Italy could be a guy that you call up now. Last year he pitched a little bit, but this could be the guy you bring up now. Silseth's another guy that you could say, hey, let's let it rip. Let's get this youngin' going out there. But Aldegari's Hans Kraus, yeah. So let's get Aldegari in there. And folks, there is a big chance that we make the decision and we move up Chase Silseth into the majors. We move up. Man, I can't do it. I don't do it yet. I don't want to do that yet. I think we're good there. Just needed another starting pitcher, so I think you let Silseth kind of get a chance at that. Work through it. I think that works out. What's the rest of the lineups though? Let's look at the pitching rotation there for them. So guys are kind of getting moved around. So Sean Anderson, I mean, you can throw him in there, just let him work through it. We lost a lot of pitchers, folks. Miners are in an okay spot. How's George Clausen doing? After the 6th round there in 2023, it's actually doing pretty well. How is Daryl Hicks doing? Not too bad too. Sammy Natera, 25 out of Mexico, doing very good. Got some guys. Saris, he's got all speed, but that's pretty much it. Joel Hurtado. Okay. Nothing crazy there. Today's the day to sign picks. We move on. Gucci no longer injured. Sweet. Oh, shoot. Where am I at? My bad. Texas kind of beat the brakes out of us. Garrett McDaniels is out for the next 1 to 2 weeks. You put him on a 15-day and just kind of roll out. Teodosio, fractured shin, folks. Teixeira's out for a couple days. Mariners are interested. Yeah, we're not selling. Just extended him. The trade deadline is here. Do we want to do anything more? Not really. I don't see myself trying to do much there. I think we move on. And let's check out the last day to sign. Okay, we're good there. Contract extensions. Those are the guys I'm cool with right now. Angels are just horrendous. Fix the lineups. Teixeira's no longer injured. So, ooh. Golly, Jorge Ruiz crapped the bed. Coda struggled. Hal Felipe, okay. Victor Gonzalez did well. How many more weeks? 2 or 3 more weeks, so we'll potentially see him coming through. But I want to just see this part here, folks. Let's check this out. The actual potential for Bruno Ramirez is an 82 overall. For Jonathan Cruz, the closer, 79. Tough there. Bradford Pruitt is an 80. Gilbert Villalobos is a 73. And Varquette and Ray Jones are Ds. But let's see what their overall is, though. 73 overall for Bruno Ramirez. That's a great start for this guy. So he's going to be able to come in, get some work in, and hopefully get it done. Jonathan Cruz is a 62 overall. Let him chill down there in the minors, get his freaking crap together, and be ready to kill it. Bradford Pruitt's got the B. Another guy here that's a good potential starter, decent velocity everywhere. Just got to work on his, Ks per 9, walks per 9, home runs per 9, and I think he'll be a pretty good player, ready to roll. Gilbert Villalobos out of Dominican Republic, C potential, 67 overall. This is good, in my opinion. Keep him down there. Let him get his crap together and be ready to kind of leverage his breaking ball, because he's got a lot of different freaking sick pitches there. 79-mile-an-hour curveball kind of moved in there with some of the other pitches there. This guy could be quite cerebral if we can lean on that. Marquette's at 59 overall. He's a third baseman. His durability is high, his discipline and vision's good, and his contact is legit. So you let this guy chill in the minors, give him like 3 years, 4 years, let him kind of chill, and then you bring him up and see when he's ready. Then Ray Jones is the D reliever. His velocity's there. I'm just going to lean on this guy. 6'5", 206. I think he's going to be a dog, man. It's going to be fun there. So the depth chart is growing. We got to get some more pieces along the way, but little by little you kind of grow that out. So I'm cool with that. We are in August right now, and looks like the Angels have bases loaded here. This might not be a long episode like the last couple have been. I think what I'd like to do here is, after this episode, probably kind of chill, and we'll talk through some other potential stat lines. But here's Zach Neto. Bases loaded here at the bottom of the 8th with only 1 out. James Karinchak at the mound. He's thrown a little over 24 pitches today. Neto swings a little late there. He's had a lot of issues with runners in scoring position for sure. Hits this thing right over second base, and they're going to send in a run and take the lead here. Good base hit right there by Zach. And the bases remain loaded here. It's a great swing on Karinchak, and here comes Joe Adell. Tough year this year, right? I don't see myself signing him. I'd rather rock with Moniak. Adell would be fine to a certain extent if he had some minor options available, but he does not. So it'll be time to move on from him. Hopefully we will be able to fill that gap, that spot later. I think with Moniak there, that helps me out a little bit, but we need to get the rest of that outfield in order. Inside two-seamer, no good. Shohei Ohtani's got 39 home runs, on pace for 56. He's also leading the league in strikeouts too. Golly, Ohtani's a freak. Hits this thing over to right field. Caught. They did not tag. What are we doing, guys? Well, we got a run in, but we should have gotten more. We're poor base runners. Let's just let that go. Angels get the win there. Sweep the White Sox. It's good on that one. I think the next episode we'll be able to speed through it, but I'd like to we'll probably get us to the September call-ups. Kind of see what we can do from there. Let's figure out what we got here. So it's nice to see that our pitchers are in good order. Looks like there's contracted. Reed Detmers, I didn't realize was up. What is he asking for? 25 years old. How has he been better than last year? Better than the year before? I mean, you see that. You could probably build on this for Reed. We give him a 3-year deal. $8.5. And you probably just have to give him a 2-year deal. Yeah, I think that works out. It's pretty cheap. We get to keep most of our guys there. Silseth, I'm not as worried yet. Kind of let these guys. I think the Detmers one was good. Adele, we're just going to let him go. Kevin Newman's interesting, but I think there's a big chance we will. 31, still not. Bill Vest traded for this guy. What's he asking for? A 5-year deal? I'll give you a 2-year deal. $5.3. I'm good with that. We traded for that. Luis Quijada is not doing as well as I hoped. so we got to wait on that. Kakanowitz, I mean, it's his first year. I don't think he's going to ask for a lot. Yeah, keep him in. I mean, we extended a lot of players, but this is our decision, right? Arte would kind of let these guys crap the bed. Angels defeated the Rays there. Little 5-game winning streak. Oh, that's it. Jorge Ruiz, knee inflammation. Okay. Let's check out the stat lines for everybody. Where does everyone stand, right? Angels currently now crapping the bed, just having a tough time this year. Not really showing much there from a stat perspective, but from a player perspective, right? Where's everyone stand here? As far as runs, looks like Trout is almost ready to go, but Jorge Soler's got 58 runs, 105 hits, well ahead of everybody else. When I see that, I'm like, he's not a bad guy to have on the team. We got him for another year. 33 years old. I don't know how much he's going to regress, but that's something to think about there. 17 home runs for Trout before he got hurt. He was on pace to do some work there. But with Soler, can't really do much. He doesn't have the arm. It's like you can put him out in right field, but what is he going to do? I think this is where you got to let him be out there and then maybe have him and Trout kind of take turns for next year and then let Trout be the guy forever. Ribbies, though, Ohapi's, trying to get there. Moniak's got 44. 13 stolen bases for Rengifo and Nito. Love to see that. Best batting average on the team is Rengifo. So glad we extended him. We got that out of the way. Most walks is Soler. Shanuel's got 50. Strikeouts, though, Soler. Oh, my gosh. Most triples is Gustavo Campero. Dude's got freaking 4 triples already. So it's really good to see him kind of work out. Maybe he'll be ready down the road, but that's not a bad move there. As far as the awards, I don't know who would have a shot, whether we would even be on this list. I doubt it. I think the rookie situation, Moniak making the All-Star, I think is nice. Silver Slugger, 3rd in Silver Slugger, that's pretty good. So what does that do for the PPI again? Well, Logan is at the top there. PPI eligible. I think we can potentially get a pick there for him. Pretty nice. But I think this is so far not too bad. We just pretty much tried to get a lot of our guys in order that we wanted to be here, right? We got a budget now. Says currently we got about 50 million in extra cap space for next year on top of what we have. So what that tells me is certain players like Usei Kikuchi and Jorge Soler, I'm not going to be worried about. What we're going to have to think about is a new potential closer, which I think could be Ben Joyce. I think that would be the guy for us in the interim. We got a decent amount of money in a lot of places now. Now it's just about trying to keep the rest of these pieces here in order as we continue to build out. I don't see myself trying to give up on a lot of my players from the rip. I think what we want to do is try to nurture what we got, because we got some guys here that hoping next season will be ready to move up into AA, right? Bryce Osmond, I think, could be a pretty nice player there. I think Walbert Arena could be ready for next season. Randy De Jesus could potentially be ready next season. I think Capri Ortiz is good with staying there. Alvera could be moving up. You got Francis Tecido. We'll kind of keep him going, ready to roll soon. Matt Coutney, I think it might not be a bad idea to get him going. And Ben Goebel. So we got some players, man. I think I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of getting these guys some reps down the road. Wondering though, maybe we move County into AAA now. Get him over there. Because we got some injuries, man. AA. Mason Erla. Actually doing all right. I think I'd like to move. I see he's kind of finding his groove now down there. 313, so that's what we want. You know, he's 23 years old. He's still very young. You don't want to waste that guy's potential. Let him kind of grow a little bit and be ready to roll. But I'm wondering, move Erla to AAA just to get some meat there. But the injuries just pile up. Pitching rotation. Soriano's there. Shane Baz is there. Got a decent amount of relievers, which isn't bad there. See how this looks like in this rotation. Shane Baz is having a little bit of a tough time, but he's gonna work out. I think we'll get the right guys around him. It's a decent setup there. George Clausen's killing it. 23 years old out of Wisconsin. He'll be ready to roll pretty soon. Give him another year down there. Sandy Gaston out of Cuba. He's performing at a rate that I like. Let's see, Curry. Let's get Kenyon Yovan. Where's okay? Angel Felipe. What the hell are we doing? Why is he down there? He's just doing all right as a closer, but that's pretty much it. I think Mason Erla with Sean Anderson. Let's get him out. Go Mason Erla there. Michael Peterson, Connor Brogdon, Hans Kraus. Those are there. Brock Burke, probably do that. We got that in order there. I want to see if there's anything we can tweak in the lineups. Anthony Mulrine, how has he been? 208. How has Chucky been? 30 years old. Caleb Ketchup. Christian Moore, man. He's having issues with lefties. His fielding's getting there. His fielding is not as good as I thought it would be, but Christian Moore will get there. Nico Cavadas. He's doing all right. I kind of want to push in there. Tim Anderson's playing freaking DH. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Let's Corey Holland. Yeah, let's try Corey Holland at DH. Let's move Kingery back in there. Caleb's doing, oh man, Caleb's crapping the bed, bro. Oh my gosh, we got problems. Well, I think that's going to be it right there. So the Angels continue to falter. We have a couple more months where hopefully we can get 70 wins, but it's not looking too good for the Angels. September call-ups are possible, and I think that's where we might start looking at some of the pitchers like Aldegari getting opportunity to get called up, see what he can do, and maybe we think about someone like Christian Moore, but I think want to let him just kind of recoup there. But I think Aldegari is the guy that I'd like to move up. Teodosio's getting an option right now, so I think this isn't bad, man. I'm having fun. I still got to figure out how to hit, man. I'm really bad at hitting, but we'll get there. I'm just enjoying kind of the overall game itself. It feels good. It looks good, so that'll do it for us, everybody. If you like what you saw, please drop a like, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and most importantly, subscribe to keep up with the series. I really appreciate everyone that stopped by today. Y'all have yourself a good one, and as always, let's go Angels.